Hi, it's Geoff here from discoverdouble-bass.com. That is the home of online double bass lessons. So if you want to learn more about the instrument, please go and check out the website. And you'll also find a scales course called Double Bass Scales, the Play Along Collection. Now, today we're talking about the D major scale over 2 octaves. I'm going to be showing you my preferred fingering and a really important alternative fingering. So let's get into the lesson. So let's have a look at the fingering for the D major 2 octave scale. It starts D with the open string, E with your first finger, your little finger playing the note F sharp, open G, same pattern on the string actually, so it's first finger on the A, fourth finger on the note B, then shift up to the note C sharp, and we're at the D there. So you can check your tuning against the open D. And this next bit is the tricky part. So we're going to shift from D with our little finger to E with our foot first, and then F sharp. And I'm just referencing against the open D there. So F sharp with the little finger, and then we're shifting to play the G with our thumb. First finger on the A, third finger on the note B, and then the final shift, C sharp and D. It's just reverse down, C, D, C sharp, B, A, G, and then there's this big shift now from the thumb to our fourth finger, E with our first, and then we're back down into the lower octave, which you know already. So the hard bit with this scale is shifting with the from the note F sharp to the note G. So just spend some time making sure that you're getting those notes in tune. You'll need to really slowly work your way through it. At the top, you've got this diatonic hand shape, G, A, B, one last shift from the C sharp up to the D. And then, as I said, you can reference the note D by playing the harmonic there if you like. A couple of just quick side notes is this fingering is really effective because it's very similar to the minor scale fingerings that you'll use for the D, for a 2 octave scale in the key of D. So if you're playing a D Aeolian mode, so the natural minor scale, D, E, F, natural, G, A, B flat, C, D. So it's very similar there, where you're doing the same pattern on each string, D, E, F, G, A, B flat, shift. This time it's a C natural with the first finger and D with your little finger, and then continuing up, you've got E natural, F, G, A, B flat, and then lastly shift from the C to the D. And if you were playing D Dorian, it's the same, but it would be a B natural with your little finger, C, D, E, F, G, A, B. Now shifting from the B to the C to the D at the top there. So all of these minor scales, it's the same for the harmonic minor scale as well, you know, and lots of other scales in the key of D. This fingering's really effective, but it's also worth learning the alternative fingerings as well. So let's have a look at the alternative fingering that I have for you, and it's the same all the way up to the note F sharp in the 2nd octave, but it's this G, the G at the harmonic. We're going to play it with our first finger, and then A with our third, and then we're going to shift B, C sharp, D. So G, A is 1, 3, then it's 1, 2, 3 at the top. So why do we learn the D major scale with an alternative fingering at the top here? Well, one really good reason is that it's important to be able to play the note G in tune with your first finger. I often find it more practical to play that note G with your first finger than shifting further up to play it with your thumb. And it really depends on what the real music that we're playing is, you know, what the actual tune is that we're playing when we're applying these fingerings to actual pieces of music. Maybe it'd be more appropriate to phrase that way. Another reason is that the top of the scale would match the top of, or the fingering for the top of the D scale would match the fingering for the top of the D flat major scale. So let's just have a look. So with the fingering for the top of the D major scale, we've got, well, it's essentially 1, 3, 1, 2, 3. And that's the same if we're playing D flat major. Let me just, so D flat, first octave, and it's this point here, 1, 3, 1, 2, 3. So it's really worth kind of learning both, and then I think that'll make you more comfortable playing in the key of D flat as well as when you play it in the key of D. So I hope that you enjoyed the lesson today. If you have and you'd like to learn more about scales, please check out Double Bass Scales, the Play Along collection. I've got all of these scales with backing tracks and drone notes, so you'll have everything that you need to get the most from your practice time. And of course, all the fingerings are listed as well. So keep practicing hard, and I'll see you next time.